call is now being recorded.
Okay, so we will start. So good afternoon all. So today we will start with the type number 2, that is problems on the kinetic energy. So in the previous lecture, maybe we are facing some of the network problems, so we are unable to continue the lectures. But now once again we will start with that particular type, that is problems on the kinetic energy. Okay, in the previous lecture itself, we have covered the problems based on the type number 1, which is related to the gradually applied load and the suddenly applied load. So whatever the 4 to 5 problems we have solved, in that we have calculated the maximum stress value, we have calculated the deformation value, sometimes we have calculated the value of gradual load or the suddenly applied load. So based on this, the 4 to 5 problems we have solved in the type number 1. Now we'll discuss about the type number 2. What is the statement of this particular type? That is problems on kinetic energy. So problems on the kinetic energy. So we are having only one formula, that is kinetic energy is equal to 1/2 mv square. So why this particular type is introduced in your syllabus, or why this particular type is given for solving the numericals? Because in the type number 1, in the statement itself, the whatever the load is given, that load is mentioned in that particular statement. That means whatever the load is applied on any body, whether that gradually applied load or whether that particular suddenly applied load, that particular word is mentioned in the statement. So by using the gradually applied load, we can use the formula sigma is equal to P upon A. Directly formula is available. Similarly, if suddenly applied load is given, again you can use the direct formula sigma is equal to 2P upon A. That means due to the that word in the statement, I can use the directly formula. But sometimes the gradually applied load or the suddenly applied load, like that condition or like that statement will not be given in some of the numericals. The speed of that particular body or their velocity is mentioned in the form of meter per second, and in a such condition we can say that that particular numerical is based on the kinetic energy calculation. So for that purpose, what we have to do, initially we have to calculate this particular kinetic energy, and by using that particular kinetic energy we can calculate the stress induced in the body and the elongation. In the type number 1 also we have calculated maximum stress, we have calculated the elongation. Similarly, in this particular type number 2, again we have to calculate the stress, again we have to calculate the total elongation of the body, but by using this particular kinetic energy we have to go for the further calculation. So here the velocity is given in meter per second. If mass is given in the kinetic energy formula, we can put the direct value of mass, but sometimes the mass will not be given. The total load applied on the body, it will be given at that time. Instead of mass, this term can be replaced in the form of P upon G, that is 1/2 P upon G into V square. So G will be taken as a constant parameter, that is 9.81 in meter per second square. So that P we have to convert in Newton, velocity we have to take in meter per second, G we have to take in meter per second square. So whatever the kinetic energy you will get, it will get in Newton meter per second. So by putting the value of V in meter per second, by putting the value of G in meter per second square, whatever the final answer you will get, that is kinetic energy, it will be in Newton meter per second. But what is our requirement? Our value should be in Newton mm per second. So what we have to do? We have to multiply by 10 raised to 3. Whatever the value you will get in the form of Newton meter per second. So for that, for the conversion of Newton mm, we have to multiply by 10 raised to 3. So only this much, only one formula is there, and after that, after this calculation of the kinetic energy, this kinetic energy we have to use for your further calculation. That is, we can use it for the calculation of maximum stress, or we can use for the calculation of elongation of that particular body. So please keep in mind, if the speed is given in the statement, means we can say that that particular numerical is based on kinetic energy calculation, because in the statement there is no any word of gradually applied load, there is no any word of the suddenly applied load. So based on this particular type number 2, we will solve the two numericals. Numericals are very simple, straightforward numericals are there, but how to identify whether that particular problem is based on the type number 1 or whether it is based on the type number 2, that you can understood when we will solve the numericals. Okay, so this is the first statement. So first of all, we'll read the statement, that is, a steel rod lowers a load of 20 kilonewton. A steel rod lowers a load of 20 kilonewton at a rate of at a rate of 2 meter per second. Just a minute. At a rate of 2 meter per second. Full stop. The length of rod is 15 mm. The length of rod, it is given as a 15 mm. So 15 mm length is given here. The length of rod is 15 mm. What will be the stress developed? What will be the stress developed and maximum elongation? What will be the stress developed and maximum elongation? Assume diameter of rod is 25 mm. Assume the diameter of rod is 25 mm and capital E is equal to 2 into 10 raised to 5. So here one steel rod is there, and that steel rod is subjected to the load of 20 kilonewton. That means 20 kilonewton external load is applied, but that load is lowers mean maybe it will be moving in the downward direction. So whatever the load is applied on that particular steel rod, or that particular steel rod which is subjected to the 20 kilonewton external load, it is lowers at, that means it will be moving in the downward direction. So its speed is given how much? 2 meter per second. Okay, then length of rod is given 15 mm, and we have to calculate the stress developed in the rod and maximum elongation. That means we have to calculate the sigma and we have to calculate the delta L. And the diameter of rod is also mentioned here, how much? 25 mm, and capital E, Young's modulus, constant parameter, it is also mentioned. E is equal to 2 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm square. But if you read this particular statement, in this particular statement, there is no any word of gradually applied load. There is no any word of suddenly applied load. Only 20 kilonewton load, which is applied on the steel rod. That rod is lowers at a rate of 2 meter per second. That means its traveling speed, maybe from top direction to the downward direction, it is 2 meter per second. So here the rate is given, means velocity is given, means we can say that this particular numerical is based on the kinetic energy calculation, and that kinetic energy we have to use for your further calculation of stress and the maximum elongation. So if I will write the given parameters first, so in the given data you can see here, so if I will write down the given parameters, P is given how much? 20 kilonewton, immediately convert into 10 raised to 3, that is 20 into 10 raised to 3. Then the velocity 2 meter per second. Then the length of rod is given 15 mm. Then diameter of rod is equal to 25 mm. This diameter is also given. Then capital E is equal to 2 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm square. So these much parameters are given, and we have to calculate the stress induced in that particular rod, or we have to calculate the total elongation or the maximum elongation. But now here, whatever the 20 kilonewton force is applied, that 20 kilonewton is not applied gradually or it is not applied suddenly. We don't have any idea whether it is applied gradually or suddenly, but here the speed of that particular rod is given, that is 2 meter per second. That means we can say that this particular numerical is based on the kinetic energy calculation. So initially, if I'm using the kinetic energy formula, that is kinetic energy is equal to 1/2 mv square. Kinetic energy is equal to 1/2 mv square. So same formula I can write in the form of kinetic energy is equal to, mass is not given, therefore 1/2 as it is into P upon G into V square. So what I will do, I will put all the values, that is kinetic energy is equal to 1/2 as it is as a constant parameter divided by P 20 into 10 raised to 3 divided by G 9.81 into velocity is given 2 meter per second. We have to keep this particular value as a 2 as it is, that is 2 square. Therefore kinetic energy is equal to, therefore kinetic energy is equal to, kinetic energy is equal to, now do the calculations, how much, what will be the answer?
4.07 into 10 raised to 3.
Yes, 4.07 into 10 raised to 3. It is in Newton meter per second, because we have taken this particular velocity in meter per second, and whatever our g value is there, that g value, it is also in meter per second square. So you will get the value in the form of Newton meter per second. So I have to convert in Newton mm per second. So if I have to convert m or meter term in the form of mm, again we have to multiply by 10 raised to 3. Therefore you will get the answer 4.07 into 10 raised to 3. This is Newton meter per second, and again if I will multiply by 10 raised to 3, you will get in the form of Newton mm per second. Therefore the total kinetic energy is equal to, therefore the total kinetic energy is equal to, kinetic energy is equal to 4.07 into 10 raised to 6 Newton mm per second. So this is the total kinetic energy we have calculated. Now the kinetic energy is calculated by using this particular kinetic energy. How to go for the calculation of stress and the elongation? So we are having one formula, that is strain energy. Strain energy means your kinetic energy. So we are having the formula, that is strain energy. Strain energy is equal to kinetic energy. Strain energy means is one of the kinetic energy means it is one of the type of strain energy. In the starting of the lecture we have discussed about the potential energy and the kinetic energy. So potential energy means if the body is not in moving condition, the amount of energy stored in that particular body. Once the body is in moving condition, then that potential energy, it will be converted into the kinetic energy. So we are having the formula, that is strain energy. We are having the standard formula, or I can write the strain energy is equal to kinetic energy. Therefore sigma square upon 2e into volume is equal to your kinetic energy. So here we are having the formula, strain energy is equal to sigma square upon 2e into volume, and kinetic energy already we have calculated. So if I will put the values of kinetic energy, that is 4.07 into 10 raised to 6 is equal to sigma square, means this is our unknown parameter, so sigma square as it is, divided by 2 into 10 raised to 5 multiply by again 2 into volume, means your area into length. So 4.07 into 10 raised to 6 is equal to sigma square upon 2 into 2 into 10 raised to 5. Area of volume of rod means area into length. So for the area calculation we are having diameter pi by 4, d square, that is 25 square into length 15 mm. From this particular you will get the answer as a sigma is equal to, so sigma is equal to, so initially value is given in the sigma square. So if we will take the square root, you will get the value of sigma, that is the total stress induced in the body. So what will be the answer? Do the calculations. The kinetic energy is equal to sigma square upon 2e into volume. Kinetic energy we have calculated by using the formula 1/2 mv square. Okay, we have converted that value in Newton mm per second. Then by using the formula, strain energy is equal to kinetic energy. So sigma square is the unknown, 2 into e, this is the value given, volume, that is area into length. You will get the sigma from this particular equation. That is, what is the value of sigma? Please do the calculation. Sigma square is equal to, if I will write this particular term, 4.07 into 10 raised to 6 into 2 into 2 into 10 raised to 5 into 4 divided by, this is the pi, into 25 square into 15. Sigma square is equal to. And if I will do the calculation and if I will take the square root of this particular calculation which is present at the right side, so you will get the answer. What will be the sigma? Please do the calculations. Yes, what will be the sigma? 1.48 into 10 raised to 3 or 14.86. Please check your answer. 1.48 or 14.86. Yes, 14.86. 14.86 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per mm square. This is the stress induced in that particular steel rod. Stress induced in this particular steel rod. Please do the calculation. Sigma is equal to 14.93, not 10 raised to 6. It is 10 raised to 3. Yes, 14.86, 14.93 depends upon the number of digits you are taking for the calculation. Simply, initially you will get the answer in the form of sigma square because your unknown parameters are available in the form of sigma square. So initially you will get the answer in the form of sigma square. You have to take the square root. Others, please do the calculations. Yes, 14.86. Any other answer? Only few students are solving. What about others? Do the calculations properly. Very simple calculation is there. Yes, 14.86 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per mm square. If you have calculated sigma, now you can easily calculate the deformation. So we are having the formula for the deformation calculation. Yes, 14.86 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per mm square. This is the correct answer. Now, if I have to calculate the deformation, so if I have to calculate the deformation, we are having the formula here at the top. I will solve this particular remaining part. Deformation or maximum elongation. So we are having the formula delta L is equal to sigma L upon E. So sigma just now we have calculated how much? 14.86 into 10 raised to 3 into length. How much? 15 mm length is given divided by E, that is 2 into 10 raised to 5. Then what will be the elongation? Yes, 14.86 into 10 raised to 3. This is the correct value. Now go for the deformation calculation. If the stress we have calculated, we can easily calculate the elongation. We are having the formula delta L is equal to sigma L upon E. So sigma just now we have calculated, length it is given, E is also given, then deformation is equal to just 1.11 mm. 1.11 mm. This is the total elongation. You check your answer. Yes, 1.114 or 1.11 mm. This is the total elongation of that particular bar. So if you go through this particular statement, the unknown parameters same we have to calculate whatever we have calculated in the previous type number 1. But in that the word like gradually applied load or suddenly applied load, that word is mentioned. So by using that we can immediately calculate the stress, because for the gradually applied load we are having the direct formula sigma is equal to P upon A. For suddenly applied load we are having again direct formula, that is sigma is equal to 2P upon A. So immediately we can calculate the sigma, and that sigma we can put for the further calculation. But in this particular statement, the gradually applied load or suddenly applied load, it is not mentioned. But the speed or the velocity of that particular body is mentioned in the form of meter per second. So by using the kinetic energy formula, initially we have calculated the kinetic energy, and we know that the total strain energy is equal to kinetic energy, because kinetic energy is one of the part of strain energy stored in the body. So kinetic energy is equal to sigma square upon 2E into volume. So kinetic energy we have calculated 1/2 mv square, and by putting the value we have calculated sigma and we have calculated the total elongation. But please keep in mind, while calculating the kinetic energy, you have to put the value of V in meter per second, value of G in meter per second square. So initially you will get the value in Newton meter per second. Again you have to multiply by 10 raised to 3 and you have to convert in Newton mm per second. So please keep in mind this particular conversion is very important. If you will take that kinetic energy as it is in Newton meter per second, so your further answers will be wrong. So immediately you have to multiply by 10 raised to 3 and you have to convert in Newton mm per second. So I hope every only change is that instead of using the stress formula directly, initially we are calculating the kinetic energy, and by using the calculation of kinetic energy, we have calculated the stress and the elongation. So this is the basic difference between the type number 1 and the type number 2. And how to identify the problem in the statement, the speed, velocity, it will be mentioned in meter per second. So please do your calculations. I hope everyone has calculated. Your final answer is 14.86 into 10 raised to 3 Newton per mm square, and elongation is 1.114 or 1.11 mm. So this will be the correct answers. Now, one more problem we'll solve based on this particular type, that is kinetic energy calculation, and then stress and the elongation calculation. Now, so read the statement carefully. What will be the statement? So, a wagon weighing of 35 kilonewton, a wagon weighing of 35 kilonewton is attached to a wire rope. A wagon means we can consider it as a lift. You know about the construction of lift. A wagon weighing of 35 kilonewton is attached to wire rope and moving down at 3.6 meter per second. Sorry, 3.6 kilometer per hour. So whatever the wagon is there, its load is 35 kilonewton, and along with wire, that wagon is moving in the downward direction at a speed of 3.6 kilometer per hour. Instead of that speed is given in meter per second, it will be given in kilometer per hour, full stop. When rope jams and wagon is suddenly dropped, when rope jams and wagon is suddenly dropped to rest, if length of rope is 60 meter. So what happens if it is moving in the downward direction? Immediately, whatever that rope is there, it will get jammed, and that wagon or that particular lift, it suddenly dropped to the rest. Immediately, it will be moving in the downward direction, and suddenly it will get stopped. And the length of rope is given 60 meter. At the time of sudden stoppage, calculate the stress and the deformation. At the time of sudden stoppage, calculate the stress and the deformation. Diameter of rope, we have to consider it as a 30 mm, and Young's modulus, we have to take it as a 200 giganewton per meter square. So same problem is there like a previous one. In that, it consists of a one wagon. Wagon means consider a lift. That lift is connected to the rope, and the weight of that particular wagon, it is 35 kilonewton. And that wagon is connected to rope, and it is moving in the downward direction at a speed of 3.6 kilometer per hour. While moving in the downward direction, immediately that rope will get jammed. म्हणजे rope काय झाली, अचानक जाम झाली, and wagon is suddenly drop at the rest. म्हणजे ती wagon आली and directly तुमच्या रेस्ट पोझिशनला जाऊन तिथे काय झाली, अचानक आदळली. Suddenly it will get drops. The length of rope is 60 meter, and due to that sudden stoppage, अचानक ती लिफ्ट स्टॉप झाल्यामुळं त्यावेळेस त्याच्यामध्ये किती स्ट्रेस आणि किती इलॉंगेशन आलेलं आहे किंवा किती डिफॉर्मेशन झालेलं आहे, दॅट पॅरामीटर्स वी हॅव टू कॅल्क्युलेट. सो इफ आय विल फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, इफ आय विल राईट डाऊन द गिव्हन पॅरामीटर्स, सो गिव्हन P 35 kilonewton, which is equal to 35 into 10 raised to 3 Newton. Okay, then V speed, it is represented by capital V, 3.6 kilometer per hour. It is given in kilometer per hour. I have to convert in meter per second. So how to convert? If I have to convert in meter per second, what we have to do? Kilometer जर मीटर मध्ये करायचं असेल तर आपल्याला बघा 3.6 into 10 raised to 3 किलोमीटर इज कन्वर्टेड इन मीटर, दॅट इज मीटर. आवरचं जर आपल्याला सेकंदामध्ये करायचं असेल तर व्हॉट वी हॅव टू डू? आवर 1 hour is equal to how many seconds?
60.
Yes, 60
60.
into 60. So what I have done, kilometer per hour, at the numerator kilometer is present, so 3.6 into 10 raised to 3 means kilometer is converted into meter. Hour, 1 hour means 60 seconds. How many hours are there? Maybe number of hours are there, therefore 60 into 60, so you will get 3.6 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 3600, which is equal to. So if I will do the calculation, what will be the answer? Yes, what will be the velocity?
1.
Yes, 1 meter per second. So 1 meter per second, it is your velocity. I have converted in meter per second. So it is our responsibility that if the velocity speed, if it is not given in meter per second, so initially we have to convert it in meter per second, and then that value we have to put in our further calculation. So we cannot use as it is. So now here kilometer per hour. So kilometer is converted into meter by multiplying by 10 raised to 3 at the numerator, and 1 hour is equal to, or hour, that also we have to convert into the second. So that is 60 into 60. 1 hour means your 60 minutes. So 60 into 60, that is 3600. So from the numerator and denominator, you will cancel all the terms and you will get the velocity in the form of meter per second. Okay, then some remaining parameters are also given, that is length. Length is given. How much length is given? That is length is equal to, I think 60 meter. Correct? 60 meter, yes, 60 meter. So I have to convert in mm. That is 60 into 10 raised to 3 mm. Okay, then diameter of rope, it is also given 30 mm. Diameter of rope is 30 mm. Young's modulus 200 giganewton per meter square. So 200 into 10 raised to 3 Newton mm square. So these are the given parameters, and we have to calculate the stress. We have to calculate the stress induced. So we have to calculate the maximum stress induced in that particular wagon and their total deformations, means we have to calculate the delta. Again, in this particular vehicle or in this particular numerical, in the statement, whatever the 35 kilonewton force is applied, it is not mentioned in the form of gradually applied load, or it is not mentioned in the form of suddenly applied load, but the speed of that particular wagon or the speed of that particular lift is given in the form of kilometer per hour. We have converted in meter per second, means from this particular speed we can say that initially we have to calculate the kinetic energy of that particular body. So we are having the formula of that particular kinetic energy formula. So put all the values. Kinetic energy is equal to 1/2 mv square. So 1/2 as it is into P by G into V square. So 1/2 is a constant parameter. P, it is given 35 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 9.81 into V square means 1 square. Therefore, kinetic energy is equal to, yes, what will be the answer? Kinetic energy is equal to
1.9.
into 10 raised to 3.
How much?
9. 1.9.
1.09. Any other answer? Yes, 1.78. I think this will be the correct
1.78, sir.
1.78, sir. 1.78 into 10 raised
1.78
to 3.
raised
Into
to 3
10 raised to 3.
Newton meter per second. Please keep in mind, because we have taken velocity in meter per second, and if I have to convert in Newton mm, so kinetic energy is equal to 1.78 into 10 raised to 3, again into 10 raised to 3. You will get the answer in Newton mm per second. So we have calculated the kinetic energy, which is equal to, here at the top I will write once again, that is total kinetic energy is equal to 1.78 into 10 raised to 6 Newton mm per second. Please do the calculations. All the parameters. Mass, it is not given, therefore we have taken the formula mass is equal to P upon G. P is given, G is the constant parameter, velocity is given. We have calculated kinetic energy in the form of Newton meter per second. Again we have multiplied by 10 raised to 3, so you will get 1.78 into 10 raised to 6 Newton mm per second. Now the kinetic energy we are having the formula, that is strain energy. Strain energy is equal to kinetic energy. Therefore, kinetic energy is equal to sigma square upon 2E upon volume. So, put the value of kinetic energy 1.78 into 10 raised to 6. Sigma square is your unknown parameter, divided by 2 into 200 into 10 raised to 3, multiply by area into length. So this 1.78 into 10 raised to 6, which is equal to sigma square upon 2 into 200 into 10 raised to 3 into area, means diameter is given pi by 4 into 30 square into length, it is given in meter. So 60 into 10 raised to 3. So write the equation in the form of sigma square and you will get the final answer, that is sigma is equal to, you will get the answer in the form of sigma square. So try to take all the terms at one side and one unknown parameter at one side. What will be the stress value? Do the calculation first and tell me the stress. And the second parameter we have to calculate, that is elongation. Total elongation is equal to, we are having the formula delta L is equal to sigma L upon E. But for the deformation calculation, we have to calculate sigma. Yes,
129.56.
129.56.
129.53.
56.
This is the wrong. 91 point something. This is wrong. Please do the calculations properly. 129.56. 129.56 Newton per mm square. Don't forget to take the square root, because your sigma, it is available in the sigma square. So after the final calculations, we have to take the square root. Then and then only you will get the sigma value. Yes, 129.56. Now for the deformation calculation, put that value. That is 129.56 into length, 60 into 10 raised to 3, divided by total Young's modulus, 200 into 10 raised to 3. Therefore, deformation is equal to, how much deformation is taking place due to that particular stress?
38.87.
38.87 mm.
38.87.
38.87 mm.
38.87 mm. You can see this elongation is very maximum elongation, because whatever the application is there in your statement, whatever the application is there, that is weighing machine. Weighing means your lift, that lift is connected to the wire. If that wire is suddenly jammed, maybe it will get break. Due to that, if wire immediately it will get jammed, so what happen? That particular weighing or that particular lift, it is moving at the rest, and due to that suddenly jams condition, deformation of wire is taking place. Therefore, that deformation is not negligible, because if you go through the construction of lift machine, it is somewhat heavy structure. So in that, it is not possible to take the elongation of 1.1 mm or 0.2 mm or 1.15 mm. Like that, negligible deformation will not be possible in that particular weighing lift. So 38.87 mm means near about 3.8 centimeter or 38.87 mm. That means this much elongation will be taking place in that particular lift. This elongation represents the elongation of wire rope. Due to the sudden jumps, the elongation of wire rope, it is taking place as a 38.87 mm, and it is very negligible for that particular application. Yes, 38.85, 38.86, all the answers are correct. Others, please do the calculations. So these are the second type. What is the difference between the type number 1 and the type number 2? In type number 1, same parameters we have to calculate, but to calculate the stress value, whatever the load is applied, that loading condition will be given, whether it is applied gradually or whether it is applied suddenly. So need not require to go for the kinetic energy calculation in the type number 1, because for the gradually applied load and for the suddenly applied load, the direct formula is available for the stress calculation. But in the type number 2, the word like suddenly applied load, the word like gradually applied load, these two words are not mentioning in the statement. But for the further calculation, the speed of that particular body, maybe steel rod is there or maybe lift is there, their speed is mentioned in the form of meter per second. Sometimes it is mentioned in the kilometer per hour. So the speed is mentioned means we can say that that particular numerical is based on the kinetic energy calculation, because without calculating kinetic energy, it is not possible to find the stress, it is not possible to find out the elongation. Therefore, by using that particular speed given, initially we have to calculate the kinetic energy, that is 1/2 mv square. V we have to put in meter per second, G we have to put in the form of meter per second square, calculate the kinetic energy in Newton meter per second, again multiply by 10 raised to 3, you will get in the form of Newton mm per second. And we know the kinetic energy and the potential energy, these are the two parts of the strain energy. So the strain energy is equal to kinetic energy. By comparing the both equations, I will write the equation of kinetic energy is equal to sigma square upon 2E into volume. So I have kept all the values, calculated the stress. Once the stress I have calculated, it is very simple to find out the deformation, because for all the three cases, maybe suddenly, gradually or impact load, the deformation formula will be same, that is delta L is equal to sigma L upon E. So this will be the two numericals we have solved. So this is about the type number 2, and I hope everyone has understood the basic difference between the type number 1 and type number 2. What is the use of the kinetic energy for your further calculation? So I hope everyone has understood, everyone has solved this particular numerical and understood the basic difference between the problems on the type number 1 and the problems on the type number 2. So have you understood? Anybody is having any problem? How to identify the problem? If speed is given, immediately we can say that it is based on the kinetic energy calculation. Maybe it is given in meter per second, or maybe it will be given in kilometer per hour. But we have to convert in kilometer per hour to meter per second. Have you understood this particular part? Anybody is having any problem to understand it? In type number 1, there is no any speed mention. Velocity is not required or speed is not required, because gradually and suddenly these two words are mentioned in the statement. But in type number 2, speed is given, so we have to calculate the kinetic energy. Yes? Anybody is having any problem to understand this particular statement?
No problem, sir.
Yes. Have you understood? Only two types of varieties are there. There is no any other variety based on this particular second type. Only difference, only single difference. The type number 1 and type number 2 both are related to each other to calculate stress, to calculate the elongation. Only basic difference is that instead of using direct formula for the stress calculation, initially we have to calculate the kinetic energy and then we have to find out the further unknown parameters. So there are only two problems are there related to the kinetic energy calculation. Okay, so this is about the type number 2. Now we'll discuss about the type number 3, that is problems on the impact load. So just now whatever the problems we have solved in the type number 1, all the 4 to 5 problems are related to the gradually and the suddenly applied load, because in that particular statement either word gradually or either word suddenly, these two words are mentioned in the statements. There is no any impact or impact load, or there is no any certain height mentioned. Therefore all the 4 to 5 numericals we have solved by using the formula sigma is equal to P upon A, which is applicable for the gradually applied load, and sigma is equal to 2P upon A, which is applicable for the suddenly applied load. But sometimes in many of application, your body or your member is subjected to the impact load. What is meant by the impact load? We have discussed in the previous. While deriving the derivations, we have discussed about the basic definition of the impact load. What is the impact load? When load applied on the body is fall from the certain height. Whatever the load is applied on the body, if it is fall from the certain height, that load is called as a impact load. म्हणजे ज्याच्यावर आपल्याला लोड अप्लाय करायचा आहे आणि ज्यांना आपल्याला लोड अप्लाय करायचा आहे त्याच्यामध्ये इनिशियली कुठलाच कॉन्टॅक्ट नसणार आहे. म्हणजे वरून जर एखादा आपण दगड फेकला तर इमिडिएटली इट विल बी स्ट्राईक ऑन द बॉटम पोर्शन, मीन्स खालच्या जमिनीमध्ये आणि आपल्या हातामध्ये असलेल्या कंपाऊंड मध्ये इनिशियली देर इज नो एनी कॉन्टॅक्ट. देर इज अ सर्टन हाईट बिटवीन दॅट पर्टिक्युलर लँड अँड इन बिटवीन दॅट पर्टिक्युलर स्टोन. आणि वरून जर आपण तो दगड फेकला आणि तो जर दगड खालच्या जमिनीवर जाऊन जर आदळला तर त्या लोडला आपण काय म्हणतो? impact load म्हणतो. So please keep in mind how to identify this particular type number 3 if the problems will be asked. If there is a height is mentioned in the statement or the word like impact load, if this word is mentioned in the statement, then we can say that that particular numerical is based on the type number 3, that is problems on the impact load. In this particular type, once again we have to calculate the same parameters. Which one? We have to calculate the maximum stress or we have to calculate the elongation. But formula for the sigma calculation, it will be different. The formula for the sigma calculation, it will be different. And the deformation calculation formula, it will be same. That is delta L is equal to sigma L upon E. So we have derived one big derivation for this particular type. So the problems on the impact load. So we are having that formula sigma is equal to P upon A in square bracket 1 plus square root of 1 plus 2H upon delta L. Same formula I have written in the form of PL upon A, because this delta L, we are having the formula delta L is equal to PL upon AE. But if I will write this particular formula, 1 upon delta L is equal to AE upon PL. So same formula I have written in the form of AE upon PL, and this particular formula represents in the form of delta L. And the second formula we have to use for our further calculation, that is strain energy is equal to work done. Strain energy it will be same for all the three conditions, sigma square upon 2E into volume. But work done means force into displacement. Work done means force into displacement. So force is represented by the capital P and displacement is represented by H plus delta L, because when your component is, or that movable load, if it is strike on another component, so he has to travel the H amount of distance plus, and after applying the load, immediately the delta L amount of deformation is taking place. Means whatever that movable load is there, that movable load has to travel the distance of H plus delta L. कारण आपण ज्यावेळेस तो वरून कंपोनंट फेकणार आहे, अगोदर तो फेकल्यानंतर ज्या कंपोनंट वर तो जाऊन आदळणार आहे ते म्हणजे झालं तुमचं हाईट, आणि आदळल्यानंतर जे काय त्या बॉडीचं डिफॉर्मेशन हे होणार आहे तेवढी बॉडी काय होणार आहे खालच्या डाऊनवर्ड डायरेक्शन मध्ये डिफॉर्म होणार. दॅट मीन्स व्हॉट एव्हर द लोड वी हॅव अप्लाइड, दॅट लोड हॅज टू ट्रॅव्हल H plus delta L amount of distance. Therefore P into H plus delta L means force into displacement. So by using this particular two formulas, we have to solve the problems based on the impact loading condition. So for the solution of this particular problem, we have to keep this particular formula at your tip of tongue. That is sigma is equal to P upon A in square root of in square bracket 1 plus square root of 1 plus 2h upon delta L bracket complete. And how to identify this particular problem? Either height is mentioned in the statement, or either the word like impact, it will be mentioned in the statement. So like this, two words will be mentioned in the statement. So this is the type number 3, based on which we have to solve some of the numericals related to the calculation of the stress due to the impact loading and their related elongation. So these are the two formulas only we have to use for your further calculation. Okay. So now, so this is the theoretical part we have discussed. So whatever the numericals are there, that numericals we will see in the next lecture. So today we will stop here. We are having the second lecture related to the MD